Hi, I'm Becky from Bright Morning, and here's a resource from our CEO and Teams expert, Elena Aguilar. This is a great resource for folks who suffer from perfectionism or sometimes who work with folks and it's not always clear what we're working towards or what the standard of work should be. This allows us to define what good enough is so that we can move forward together, thrive.
Think about the last time you wrapped up a project and felt that quiet satisfaction of being done, only to have someone say, actually, could we just tweak a few more things? Maybe you agreed, maybe you pushed back, but either way, you know the feeling of a finish line that keeps moving. It's often frustrating and draining. Without a shared understanding of what done really means, it's almost inevitable. And in most teams, done is rarely just about finishing. It's about meeting a shared standard of what's good enough for the purpose at hand. Now, when I say good enough, I don't mean careless or sloppy. I mean aligned, meeting the need, and realistic. Without a shared definition of success, perfectionism can creep in, often disguised as dedication, and suddenly a 1 hour task takes a week. This is one of the quietest and most common ways that teams lose capacity, not through obvious mistakes, but through over investing in work that was already done well enough to meet its purpose. And over time, that habit steals bandwidth from the work that truly needs your highest level of attention. Defining good enough is about clarity and alignment, and it works best when it's created together. It means asking questions like, what's the exact outcome we need here? What's the level of quality that's truly required? What's the deadline and why? And just as important, what's not required this time? When you hear different answers to those questions, resist the urge to quickly smooth them over. Sit with the differences for a moment and explore them. That exploration can reveal unspoken expectations. The conversations around these questions can surface conflicting priorities, and they can strengthen your shared sense of purpose. All right, there is neuroscience behind this also. So the brain craves certainty. It is metabolically expensive to keep evaluating the same decision over and over. When you have a clear target, on the other hand, your cognitive load decreases and you free up mental and emotional resources for the work. So teams that define good enough regularly experience less second guessing, faster progress, and less tension in review cycles. All right, here are a couple of questions for you to reflect on. Where in your current work could defining good enough bring relief, momentum, or more capacity for other priorities? And what would it take for you to have that conversation with your team? And how might your own standards, spoken or unspoken, be shaping what good enough means right now?
Welcome back. Bring this idea back to your team and let us know how it goes. Now, if you liked this idea, subscribe to our channel and share it with a friend. We can't wait to see you next time.